All right, welcome to part 4, where we're going to tackle banner ads a second time. And this time what we're going to do is make them even easier to use relative to the way we did it before with static methods and just not able to really configure it per project and have it as a reusable thing. Okay, what we're going to do now is our banner ad. So now, what do we not like about our banner ad? Problem with the banner ad is that it has a lot of callbacks. There's a lot of sequence stuff that needs to happen, and it's kind of complicated. So what we will do is we will figure out how can we make it behave similarly to the way the interstitial ad worked. So let's dig in on that. We're going to follow the same pattern that we used with this guy as well. So first thing we need to do is separate these a little bit. It's easy to do with some graphics. All right, so the first thing we will do is have, we want our banner ad to be exactly as reusable as the interstitial ad was. Since the banner ad actually exists on screen with other GUI elements, we also want it to kind of match whatever size we give it. And I'll take you through how to do that. It's kind of complicated, but it's, once you get it locked in, it's a pretty useful tool. It allows you to kind of put the ad wherever you want on your interface. Okay, let's dig in. So, all right, that's our basic. Now this is going to be a component because we need that UI view. It's going to be a multi-timer thing again. We're going to do the listener thing, basically when an ad is shown and when it's hidden. We're going to follow that same idea. And then we're going to have our main content component tell us when we're actually on screen and resized. So that way we know we can actually start beginning to spawn our ad. And we'll do that via change listener. So we need to add a couple private things and public things and constructors and whatnot. So first things first, we need our constructor. First thing we need is our ad ID. Then we need how long do we want this banner ad to actually appear on screen, and then how long do we want it to how long do we want there to be between when these pop-ups appear. So int duration between pop-ups in seconds. If you remember in the beginning of this video, I showed how you could set up the callbacks to be public and specify them like in another class. And a way to do that here, we can have some default callbacks, or we can have the user specify them. So we'll have just a little constructor switch, use default callbacks. That, which means we need a use default callbacks function. So it'll be void setup default callbacks like that. Okay, and we obviously need a destructor. And because this is timer, we need our timer callback. Okay. And now we need our, oh, I forgot to include that. Okay, cool. And that also means that here, this doesn't need to include that. Doesn't need to include that. I don't need any of those, actually. I just need to include AdMob, because that's where it's actually being used. Awesome. Okay, cool. Hide you. Hide you. Okay, now what we need, since it's multi-timer, we're going to do the same multi-timer thing. The difference is, since our initialization is not going to be happening based on timer, it's going to be based on when this is resizing. That's not going to be a timer event. But what will be a timer event is spawning it and destroying it. We're going to need our duration in seconds and then the pause between them. Same here. We're going to need our ad ID, and then we're going to need our actual banner ad. Spelled that wrong. Now there are two callbacks for this class that we need to implement. So let's add them now. Bounding box changed. Presentation state changed. Okay, cool. I like that whole system of when some function is called, you fire a lambda. So we'll add 2 lambdas that accept these arguments. And basically when on bounding box is changed, you'll call that lambda if you want. We'll make that user specifiable. So std function void. Our arguments are this. And this is bounding box changed. Okay, we'll do the same thing again. This is presentation state change. So the easy way to implement those, this we'll just put them at the bottom. Right here, we'll just do void banner add on bounding box changed. If bounding box changed, call it with banner view and box, like that. Super easy. So if the user specifies this value, it'll get called. Same thing for the other one. All right, this way, you know, if you want to do something when your banner ad gets paused or whatever, like if your user switches to another app real quick, you're supposed to pause it, and then that will cause this presentation state variable to change. All right, cool. So that lets us put the handler for this function somewhere else. We don't have to specify it locally, and we can also specify it somewhere else. Okay, let's save. Let's just make sure that everything is working so far. We'll copy this into here. Make this look like something so we can tell what our arguments are. And we'll do the same for the destructor and same for timer callback. Okay, we still have set up default callbacks that we have to do, and that should be it. We shouldn't need anything else as far as functions needed to just make this class compile. No missing symbols, what I'm getting at. All right, awesome. Oh yeah, so because we want this to appear in the right spot, we'll add our paint function. It's not going to do anything special. We'll just make it like draw a solid color. G.fill all colors red. Good enough. All right, so when we add this thing on screen, it'll actually like just be a red block, and then this way we can make sure that the banner, this actual Firebase AdMob banner view actually appears where we want it to appear. Okay, cool. So let's dig in on the guts of this. Now, if you remember, I wanted to follow the same pattern with the callback thing that we used here. So let's deal with that. Okay. So the first thing we're going to have is banner add callbacks, and we'll do the same thing that we did before. Do this, and we'll do that. And then we will create one for all of the types that we have. All of them. Same for function callback. All right. We can copy. This can be basically identical. The only difference is that this needs to change and say banner add callbacks. Same for right here. Okay. We'll put it up here. Oh, formatting got lost. That's fine. Banner add callbacks. You go here. Oh, and then you go there. Yeah, let me format this a little bit. Cool. All right. Let's make sure that compiles. All right, excellent. All right, cool. So now we can work on our banner ad implementation. So the first thing we need to do is, if the user, well, first we need to initialize our member variables. So the first thing we'll do is our display duration in seconds. It's going to be our add duration. All right, and we need to do our pause between. That's going to be our duration. Okay. Now we need to do our add unit ID. All right, and then now if use default callbacks, set up default callbacks, and that's it. Now all we do is we just wait for the trigger message. Oh, I forgot my change listener callback. Void change listener. Void banner add change listener callback. All right, cool. All right, so now first thing we want to do is get our timer callback happening. Okay, remember there's two different things that can happen, so we'll need a switch, timer ID, case, spawn add, case, destroy add. And just for clarity, I'm gonna add my timer IDs so we know where that thing came from. So the first thing we want to do is stop this timer from running. Timer IDs, spawn add. All right. Now we need to initialize our banner view. And our banner view, if you remember before, we needed our add size and all that stuff. So Firebase, add mob, add size, and we'll initialize the variables. Okay. Now we can create our banner view, initialize it, and set up our callbacks with a new Firebase, add mob, banner view. All right, and we can initialize it. And we'll do our same static cast thing. Static cast, Firebase, add mob, add parent, get window handle. Okay, our add ID is going to be our banner add unit, and our add size is our add size. All right. Nice and simple. We did this 2 videos ago, so it shouldn't be anything new. Now we'll set up our what happens when it's done being initialized. On completion, we want to call, I don't even have this as a member yet. All right, we want to call, we're going to pass in the same callbacks as before. And we're going to pass in banner add callbacks, init callback. All right, that'll take care of that. All right, now what we need to do is when this fires, what do? So we need to specify this. We need to specify this lambda. So callbacks.init equals, and this follows the same pattern that we had here. So we can just copy and paste that. Start filling it in. All right, so the first thing that happens, once it's initialized with the banner ads, you show them. So banner view, show. All right, so we need to set up what happens when it's done showing. Okay, so banner add callbacks, show callback. All right. And at the same time, we want to make sure that these guys fire. And the way we can do that is by adding this banner add class as a listener to when the banner view is done being initialized. Banner view set listener this. Cool. All right. So now when this is done being initialized, it's going to be shown. So now we need to set up the show callback. All right, what happens when this is done being shown? When it's done being shown, we want to reposition us so that this actual Firebase add mob banner view is actually on top of our JUCE component window. All right, so we need to do bounds equals get screen bounds. And then a funny thing about the move to command is that we need to scale our current component XY by the actual display scale. You'll notice that on iOS, over here on iOS, the UI scale factors on like the iPhone X is 3, 8 Plus is 3, but on the iPhone 8 it's 2. On the 6, the 7, the 6S, and the 6 it's 2 and whatnot. So that's something that you need to think about. All right, we have to take that into account when we're defining our, when we're setting up our what to do when it shows, and we're trying to position our banner ad on top of our JUCE component. All right, so we need to do auto scale equals, let's get this scale. Desktop, get instance, get displays, get main display, scale. Awesome. All right, now we can actually move our banner into the right position. So banner view, get, move to, we want bounds.getX times our scale, bounds.getY times our scale. Whoops. Okay. Now when we're done moving it, we can actually do a request. So banner view move to result dot on completion. Passing in our callback data. When we're done being moved, we need to call the move callback. Banner add callbacks. Move callback. Okay, nice and simple. All right, after it's done being moved, what do we do? Banner, whoops, my bad. Callbacks dot move callback equals. Remember, this is the default behavior. All right, we want, and if the users want to customize this, they can. So when this is done being moved, this is when we can actually do the request. So Firebase, add mob, add request, which is the default request. We're gonna do our same thing we did down here, right here with our simulator. Okay, and then we can load the add request. So banner view load add request. And then we need to specify what happens after it's loaded. So banner view load add last result dot on completion. Same callback data. And then and our load callback gets used. All right, what happens after it's done being loaded? This is where we specify after it's loaded, the ad is actually visible on screen. Dot load callback equals. Okay, at this point, the ad is actually on screen. So this is where we can specify how long we want to wait before the ad actually disappears. So this is where we can do start timer, timer IDs, destroy ad, and we want to do display duration in seconds times 1000. Okay. So when the ad is finally loaded and on screen, we will wait display duration in seconds, amount of time, and then we will kill the ad. Okay. Now let's figure out how that happens. That will happen when this gets fired. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is stop the timer from running so it doesn't try to destroy it multiple times. Stop timer, destroy ad. Okay, now we want to hide the banner, and when it's done being hidden, we want it to do something. Okay, so banner view hide on completion, passing in our callbacks, and then banner add callbacks hide callback. Okay, now we can go back to our set of defaults and specify what our hide callback is. Callbacks.hide callback equals, this is what happens when the ad is done being hidden. This is where we destroy it. Banner view destroy. Okay, so now the ad gets released. Any resources that were allocated from it get destroyed. They get released back into the phone's memory. And then now we can tell it what to do when the app is, or the banner view is actually destroyed. Banner view destroy on completion. Same callback data as before. Banner add callbacks, destroy callback. And last but not least, this is where we set up our destroy callback. Callbacks.destroy callback equals. All right, now what do we do when this is done being destroyed? We can delete our banner view. And then we can set a timer for when we want it to pop up again. So our spawn ad timer, and this will be our pause between ads in seconds. Times 1000. All right, awesome. Okay, so let's go through this one more time. When we start our timer, basically when our main content component tells us that, hey, we're on screen and visible, we're going to call this change listener. And that's when we're going to start our timer. For spawn ad, we'll just wait like 10 milliseconds. So basically, we're on screen, 10 milliseconds later, this is going to fire, and we're going to initialize our banner view. It's going to be the same size as our on-screen JUCE component. Okay. Now, the whole initialization thing, what's going to happen next is This is going to fire when it's done being initialized, and it's going to show the banner view. When it's done being shown, we are going to position the banner view on top of our JUCE component. Then, when it's done being positioned on top of the JUCE component, we're actually going to request an ad from Google servers. Then, when the ad is loaded, we are going to start our timer that tells us how long this ad actually stays on screen. Then, when it's done, when that timer fires, we will hide the ad. And then when it's done being hidden, we will destroy the ad. And when it's done being destroyed, we will reset our unique pointer, and we will start a timer to do the whole thing all over again. Okay. Somewhat complicated. Let's get a banner ad in our screen. Okay. So here we go. We need to. This needs to become a change broadcaster because the banner ad is expecting that to happen. Pointer, banner ad, like that. Next this is where we need to use our timer for when we're actually on screen to actually create the banner ad. So we'll turn back timer, turn timer back on. Here's our timer callback for our banner ad unit. Remember, timer is only going to fire once. Just give us 1 second. That's all we need. Here's our ad unit ID for banner ads. Now we need to do banner ad. Let me get that constructor visible to myself. Banner ad. Okay, so we were going to do banner ad unit. Let's say we want our ad to appear on screen for 3 seconds. We want 4 seconds between them. We're going to use those default callbacks. Okay, so we can do new that, and we can do banner ad dot reset that. Okay, and then we just need to add it on screen. Banner ad and make visible. Banner ad dot get, and then we need to add change listener. Ad dot get. Now the banner ad listens for our. Now the banner ad listens for main content components change messages. Whenever main content component calls send change message, banner ad will get it, and it will start that whole sequence of loading all that stuff. And to do that, we need to actually manually call resized. Because resize is where we will position our banner ad. So if banner ad dot get, if it's a valid pointer, then we can say banner set bounds. Okay, let's see. Let's just do 1/4 of the width. Past the halfway point. We'll make it half the width of our main content component, and we'll make it pretty short, like 1/4 of the height. Get height 0.25 f. Okay, so it's not edge to edge. It's kind of in the middle. All right, and then here we go. If we do send change message, it will appear on screen. All right, let's run that. See if we have any errors. I'm pretty sure there's like 1 or 2, but maybe not. Yep. Okay. What did I forget? Ah, yes, I forgot all of these. We created them all here and whatnot, so we need to add those. Init load, hide. All right. Make sure init, load, hide, show, pause, resume, destroy, move. Okay. Let's compile and see if we're good. All right, awesome. Let's run it and see what we get. We should have a banner ad somewhere in the middle of the screen. And there's our banner ad. And then the ad is loaded. And it should disappear. Ah, it disappeared. Awesome. Okay, rad. Now, if we use an actual banner ad, a real one from AdMob, then we'll see actual ads there. And here we go. Oh, private cloud backup from CompareMarts. See what we get next. Same thing again. See if there's a new one that shows up. Oh, best car accident. Awesome. Wilshire Law Firm. Rad. Okay, this is totally cool. So something that I had tried to work on earlier before was how could I make these actually like pop up? You know the way on YouTube videos they have that ad that kind of bloop, jumps across and then hides. I wasn't able to do that. There's something in the implementation for banner ad in the banner view in Firebase, the C++ version, that they won't let you. They kind of constrain the left and right stuff. Oh, that was cool, DSW. All right, let's kill that. Anyway, that takes care of the banner view. Hopefully that made a lot of sense. Hopefully you kind of got an insight. I'm going to put this up as a GitHub project, so that way anybody who wants to check it out will be able to do that. The last thing to do is to make it so you can change these banner ad callbacks whenever you want. So let's do that as the last thing that needs to happen. Update callbacks is what we'll call this. All right, we'll just put that right here as the public function. And then we'll add that just here. And then we can just do callbacks equals new callback. Now, if I'm sure there's something weird that'll happen if you call this while it's in the middle of a thing, it might do funny stuff. So it would probably be a good idea to like call destroy callback or something. But I'll, that can just be, tested out later down the line. This is cool for what I wanted to do. This covers all the things I needed to do. And actually I need to, when this gets destructed, we need to make sure that we are killing those timers. So stop timer, spawn add, stop timer, destroy add. Make sure those guys aren't running. But for the most part, that covers everything. All right, hopefully you are able to follow that and you're able to understand how to make the banner ad class in AdMob behave much more like a JUCE regular component class, which was the goal. Obviously, if you get rid of this, then when you run it, you'll just have these ads that are just clear. Or the ad background will be clear. And then you'll just have an ad appear. Awesome. So we could put like 5 of these on the screen, like there and there and there and there, and they would all just work. Awesome. Cool. All right. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you liked that knowledge bomb. It was kind of complicated. Those of you that stuck it out, hopefully you're able to work on your own mobile apps using the JUCE framework and can monetize them. All right. Awesome. Hope you dug that. See you in the next one. Peace.